Imagine you're Alex, a manager at a struggling tech startup in San Francisco. Your team resists adopting a new tool that could boost productivity by 30%. You push harder, but morale drops and people shut down. Change feels impossible. Jonah Berger's The Catalyst opens right here, showing why pushing harder fails and unveiling a surprising secret on how to truly change minds. What if the best way to change someone isn't to push, but to ease them in a way they want? When Alex pushed his team, they rebelled. That's reactance, our brain's rebellion switch. Jonah shows that to change minds, you first ease that resistance. At a mid-sized startup in SF, Alex unleashed a heavy-handed mandate. Adopt this new tool now. Instead of enthusiasm, the team dug in heels, grumbling and avoiding training sessions. Productivity stalls, tension rises, classic reactance. The harder Alex pushed, the more his team resisted. It wasn't stubbornness, it was their minds' fight or flight kicking in. Imagine your brain with a brake pedal when it senses pressure. That's reactance, an automatic defense against feeling controlled. When you push too hard, people hit the brakes. Jonah frames persuasion as easing off the pedal, coaxing people to take the accelerator instead. It's not a tug-of-war, but a dance, loosening grip for collaboration. When Alex shifted from pressure to invitation, asking questions, acknowledging concerns, and lowering stakes, something changed. The team's defenses dropped, curiosity took over. They started exploring the software themselves, discovering benefits organically. The surprise? Less push can spark faster, more lasting change. Huge change feels like climbing Everest. Jonah reveals a trick: shrink what you ask and stretch how people move toward it, making change lighter, more doable. Febreze was a nightmare product launch. Sales tanked despite a killer odor-removing formula. Jonah shares how marketers didn't push Febreze as a cleaning hero. They framed it as a finishing reward, a small, satisfying step after cleaning. Suddenly, Febreze took off. The trick? Shrinking the change people needed to make, making it a small, simple habit instead of a radical overhaul. Think of change like crossing a canyon. Asking someone to leap 20 feet scares them off. Instead, give stepping stones spaced a few feet apart. Small moves add up, so breaking a big change into tiny, manageable pieces feels doable, less scary. Psychologically, it's easier to build momentum when each step feels easy and rewarding. When you shrink change, you stretch progress. Instead of demanding a full upgrade, aim for a tweak or test. People get wins early, feel less threat, and create new habits naturally. The payoff? Faster adoption, less pushback, and lasting shifts in thinking and behavior. People hate feeling controlled. Jonah uncovers how giving freedom doesn't just reduce resistance, it flips minds by honoring their autonomy. Southwest Airlines famously empowers employees with decision freedom instead of rigid scripts. Jonah points out that when Southwest gave staff autonomy, they didn't just comply, they took ownership and innovated. Passengers felt the difference: genuine care, quick pivots, and a culture that changed the airline's trajectory. This freedom was the real catalyst for mind shifts on both sides. Autonomy isn't just a warm fuzzy, it sparks our brain's reward center. The feeling of making your own choices lights up motivation like caffeine for the mind. Jonah calls autonomy the secret sauce. People won't just follow orders, they'll commit deeply when they feel in control. It's psychology packaged as practical power. The magic phrase, you decide. When you hand over choice instead of ultimatums, resistance melts and engagement soars. This small shift flips conversations from battles to collaborations, transforming mind change into mutual discovery. The insight, real influence, comes from freedom, not force. Back to Alex. Once he eased pressure, shrank changes, and offered choice, his team flipped from resistance to ownership. Minds changed not by force, but by inviting people in gently. Next time you want to change a mind, try this. Stop pushing, start shrinking steps, and hand over autonomy. Watch how resistance melts and real change blooms. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.